Pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. Yech, pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. Cho, pop those bottles down. We're gonna pop those bottles down. Circumcision 4-0. Guys, I told you about the edge. I told you that. See, listen to the kid. Listen to HH. I am the best football analyst in the world. I'm the greatest. I was born to do this. This is my calling. So when I speak, listen. Don't listen. Listen when I speak. I told you about the edge. I told you about the edge. I said, look, once this guy is saying what's up, we live. He is the key to this team. He is the key to unlock this team. And his passing, dribbling, movement, pass range, vision, psychology, psychosis, and his G showed you why he's a G. Showed you that this guy is caught from a different cloth. Caught from a different cloth, and this guy is giving you that extra lalini. That extra lalini. The edge. Like, I'm so happy because I'll get to the performance, but let's just deal with the edge. This is needed because I never said anything about Kai Havertz. And I'm having questions about Kai Havertz. I never said anything about Timo Werner. I'm having questions about Timo Werner. The moment Chelsea announced the signature, not the signing, the signature, the signature, the moment they announced the signature of the Yech, I was like, okay, Bram, I see you, I see you. And I say what's up to you. I respect you. I salute you because this is the player that Chelsea need. This is a superstar in the making because I use the eye test. I told you guys, I don't care about who scored. I don't care about stats, Opta statistics, goal ratio, expected goals, all that nonsense. Nonsense. I'm from the old school. I'm from back in the day where we sat down and we use this. It's called the eye test. Can you see my eye? Can you see my eye? Look at this. Look. Can you see my eye? It's called the eye test. The best determiner, the realest determiner, fakes, losers use score, statistics. Real ones, like moi, with the eye test. As soon as I saw him, this is a footballer who thinks and operates differently. Now, look, it wasn't the greatest performance, and let's keep it real. This team hasn't played well in the last 3-4 games. Let's keep it real. They just haven't played pretty well. These guys, I don't see the chemistry. I don't see the synergy. I don't see the personality and the character of what this team is about. And that goes to the training ground and what Lampard is doing because let's just keep it real. This wasn't a great performance. Shout out to Krasnodar. They tried. This is the case of individuals. Yes, obviously, once the formation changed and Mount, Pulisic, and Kante came on, it flowed a lot better. But for me, the team is still lacking that little bit of magic, and I understand. People say, "Yo, HH, wait a minute, it's new players coming into it, so it's going to take time for them to blend," and that is true. But my thing that once these new players are coming in, stick to a formation, stick to a lineup because there are times when you have to make a change, and there are times when you don't have to make a change. At any given point, stick with the team. My issue with Lampard is that he is too eager to make a change and to change it up. And he even encourages guys to be like, hey man, you can play left, center, right. You never know where you're going to play where. No, just stick with the system. Stick with the system and so forth. Because look, you look at this game, and for me, against a team that's a bit more defensive, aren't coming out. They're not going to give Werner any space to say what's up. So for me, this needs a Giroud. It needs a Giroud, and I'll keep it real with you. I told you. And this goes back to what my homeboy Danny T said. Did Chelsea need Kai Havertz? He's a good player. Of course, he's a quality player. Did they need Kai Havertz? They needed Thiago Silva. They needed 3 clean sheets. 3 clean sheets. That was like Mendy is a revelation. Like I told you, Kepa, go back to packing bricks. Go back to packing go back to packing cements. Please go to packing, be a cement builder because that's how you started. I'll call you up and say, bro, do you still have a space for me to pack cement? Because that is what I shall be doing now henceforth. Because Mendy has retired you from football. Kepa, do something else. Put down, burn the goalkeeping gloves because you're not a keeping post, especially for Chelsea now. So it is great to have Mendy there because it is so good to have someone that is secure, calm, composed, security, and just knows what he's doing. He exudes and he helps to breed confidence into the defensive line. But the key thing is this: is that people say, is it a 4-3-3? Is it a 4-2-3-1? Whatever the case may be, stick with the formation, keep your formation, and stick with it. I believe the strongest formation, if Havertz is playing, you have to go with a 4-2-3-1 because you have to play him as a number 10. But if you play him as a number 10, I think you have to decide on either Werner or Pulisic on the left, and then you then have a striker up top. That's how you have to roll, So I just think for Pulisic and Werner, they have to now fight for that left-sided position, and you have to go with either Giroud or Tammy as a striker, specifically when you go against tougher defensive sides. If you're now rolling with a 4-3-3, and it's Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho, or Kante, Kovacic, and Mount in the three, then that front three, you're looking at, okay, Ziyech on the right, Pulisic or Werner on the left, and then Tammy or Giroud as a striker. This team, I just think it needs a recognized striker. This whole thing of like, oh, Werner, he's a striker, but he goes left and everything. Now, see, in games when you have space, that's great because when you have space for guys to move and so forth, so you can go small. Against where you have strong defensive teams who sit back and have different blocks up against you, you need presence. You need somebody who's a presence there to occupy the central, the defenders, and then free up the runners to now go off of them. And that's how you have to roll. So Giroud makes sense because Tammy is a very mobile striker that moves around. Giroud isn't. But there is a benefit to having a mobile striker. So this team definitely needs to grow. This team ain't there yet. But the dub was gotten. And I told you, look, for me, Lampard, he deserves time. Every manager deserves time, and Lampard deserves time based on the new players coming in. I just think he's a rookie, and I just don't think he's the right man for Chelsea. That's just my personal view. But if I turn out to be wrong, I'll hold my hands up and say I'm wrong. I just don't think I'll be wrong. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So let's give Lampard time. Let's give the players time. But I am just worried that this guy doesn't really know how to handle new players coming in and playing at the very highest level. Because look, Chelsea, you should be beating crowds. You should be putting these guys. They tried hard and everything. These guys are part timers. these guys are going back to fixing granola and everything. These guys, they're going back to sell granola. Let's just keep it real. These guys sell granola 24/7. So, but to end on it, shout out to your boy Mendy. Shout out to your boy Cho. Can you see, my friend? Can you see? Cho, he goes straight. You need two natural wide men. Guys, the Yech. Like the vid, hit that icon over there to subscribe to that Football Hot content crack.